Welcome back to Cal Hates Cars. In our last video, I left uncertain of the route that I was going to take after smoking 2 rod bearings in a Dune buggy engine. I asked for advice, and this one comment right here really resonated with me, so I guess that's what we're about to do. So we're taking the advice of one gentleman, and we're slamming something together. So I picked this guy up from a buddy of mine who said he pulled it years ago because it was pulling case studs. A quick look tells me that it is pulling at least one, and it has been sitting outside for a while. Let's dig into this thing, see exactly what we got, and maybe we can at least use the rotating assembly. Let's dig in. All right, pause the time lapse. I knew I had the one stud pulled out. Looks like that guy is loose. That guy is definitely loose. But these heads look freaking new. The rockers look new. Let's keep going. We have a bone stock engine, but it looks like we've got a virgin case. It was sitting open. Well, that's what we got in there. We got a stock cam and some leafy vegetables. I'm gonna beat on this thing a little bit.
That's what she said.
And we'll revisit whenever I do believe we've got this thing apart. Dudes, we have a freaking gem. Holy crap, man. Let me show you what we got going on. We have an untouched virgin case. Well, let me show you why I think that, and I think this is the one we're going to build. We have a little bit of impact in the bearings, but not too terribly much. And we have an uncut thrust. How neat is that? No steps on the thrust, and it's not beat to hell and back. We have a really solid builder. One little trick of the trade, you just take 2 nuts, jam them together, lock so. Whoop. And when you need that old mechanical advantage, use your grip, cinch them down, then take your old stud out. Before you do it, loosen your jam nuts. Yeah. So I do that so that I'm knocking down all the weak spots where there's only threads and not enough actual material to grab. Then we'll run our extractor in there. Maybe we'll have a little bit better luck. And it looks like we're pulling out threads on this one too. She was definitely pulling. Glad we're doing this. Get all that material in there. I am going to go ahead and do this one and that one in hopes that we're good to go. right, cool. So now we just got to wait for our new ones to come in. I have to thread those straight. I need to figure out how to do that. So basically what I did was countersink these just a little bit with a vary bit, and letting the taper of the vary center my tap. So it worked on this one. That one is perfectly straight. You need it straight from all angles. Now a machine shop with a table and a press could do this perfectly. We don't have one, so we are improvising. Alright, so we've started to catch thread. We are not perfect. That's where the fault. That. Yeah. That is damn near perfect, man. What, bud? So, we got the studs fixed on the bad half of the case. Hit this thing with a power washer and some brake clean. Made sure we got all our metal shavings out. Now I think it's time to go ahead and slam this thing back together. Let's get started. So what I like to do first is getting all these pins lined up kind of sucks, right? So what I do, jam that in there. I'm gonna put a line, yeah and yeah, across the bearing and the case. Uh-oh, we're missing a dowel pin right there for this snout bearing. Let's pause real quick, see if we can't locate one of those. All right, reset up the camera. We got all our bearings marked. Grab these rods correctly. So I'm gonna drop this in there. Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
Get that one lined up. All right, spin around our thrust. Perfect. Let's find our, there's our cam dots. Now that our cam's all cleaned up, let's slam this in there. So we are looking for the singular dot somewhere on this thing. See if you can see it. Oh, there it is. Singular dot. Well, let's get us just a touch of lube. Relocate our dot. Oh yeah, beautiful. Let's see where our dots are. Should be maybe one more. Right there. Are we lined up? Yes, sir. Still golden. Oh, you see what we missed? This guy. Just got to lift it up, hopefully, and slide our little oil slinger in there. Let's see if we can do that without screwing up everything. Oh, we got to put a keyway in there too, don't we? Oh, Lord. Yeah, we're going to have to redo all of this, aren't we? Let's slide our cam back out. Boom. There she lays. Still got to find a key to drop into that. Meet you when we get there. Got this all nice, cleaned up, ready to start running some case sealant. So I'll put case sealant on this side and then plop the other half on there. Some key areas that if you weren't paying attention to, you might miss here and here. So when you're case sealing, you want to put sealant there and there. And there's an area right here that you also want to pay attention to. And that's where oil is allowed to drain back into the case from the cam plug and the rear main seal. If you were to seal up all of that, this is actually a pretty big area. This one is not. So when you're putting your sealant on, be keen to those two areas. Meet you back here in a second. So for this, I use Sealant non-hardening case sealer. I'll try to do a light coat of it. Painted her yellow. Now I know what you're saying to yourself. Self, I know everything about air-cooled Volkswagens, and that hinders them from their ability to dissipate heat. I don't care. I think it looks cool. It's going in a rail. I'm not painting the cylinders. I'm not painting the cylinder heads. I think it'll be fine. So what we do have here is a mostly assembled short block. It spins no problem. We've got the big bolts torqued down. Got to get all our perimeter bolts in and keep it going. Before we start cleaning our cylinders and jugs, to really start slamming this thing out, let's go ahead and set it in play. Break out our thickness measurementer. That's a 14 thousandths. What's a 13 thousandths? So we have two of these guys. 12. These two other ones. There's my boy. Yeah, bud. I think I ended up with two 12s and a 10, or an 11, a 12 and a 10. Just over 3.5 thou. So, well within what I hope is our spec. So, we'll see if it locks up, huh? Clean up our mess, put away our precision tools so they don't sit here and get vibrated on for the next 70 days. Let's start honing cylinders and see if we can't find a set of cylinder heads. Get this thing finished off. So if you remember looking down the intake ports, that old engine, those cylinder heads were great beneath the valve cover, but the ports and the valves are going to take a lot of work. Luckily, your boy's got a solution. Let's go dig through the parts bin. There are the boxes we're looking for. I think one says VW heads, the other says AC. That's not for air conditioner either. When it comes to a nice frosty beverage, I do love water. When it comes to cooling my engine, I want some air. Now to tell a real Volkswagen guy, they got more parts than they know what to do with. But it's times like this they come in handy. So let's see what's in the box. These are, looks like two sets of Mexican heads. An Engel cam. Well, damn, we already put the engine together, didn't we? So we got two 043 castings. I think one of them has a done by me port job. There I go, ordering parts. And I've got every part I frickin' need. Those look rough. Oh, or at least this cylinder head looks rough. It might clean up. What's the combustion chamber? Oh, we got head gaskets in there. Ah, these are cut for 94s. Not usable, are they? Let's see. These must be my factories with some port work. Oh, yeah, a little blending in there. Untouched combustion chambers with the step. These are our winners. Let's go clean these up. So, I got my cylinder heads cleaned up. Got the jugs cleaned up and a fresh hone. Now's where we start hanging pistons. I lay all the pistons out on the workbench. I make sure the piston rings are oriented correctly. Make sure my arrow is facing the flywheel and hang them. So for cleaning all these parts, I use a combination of Easy Off, hit it with the power washer, and then some mineral spirits to finish the clean off. Run brake clean and a clean rag through the jugs. Get to go. Had a little screw up here and forgot the air deflector. Don't forget to break out your push rod tube stretcher. I use this red Permatex engine assembly lube on main bearings, rod bearings, any gears that mesh, and as you can see right here, push rods. So if you're TDC number 1, should be able to do all of them but this intake and this exhaust. I feel like you spend so much time on measuring and getting the bottom end squared away. This part seems to fly by. I think it's pretty fulfilling whenever you start really seeing it come together. And hopefully you did all your due diligence and this thing's gonna run as soon as you hit the key.
That's called foreshadowing.
You might notice I went with a different exhaust on this. This is 1.5 inch tube and glass packs. I think this might improve exhaust scavenging. When you're starting with so little, you need as much help as you can get. What the heck am I even doing? You guys ever just get lost in the middle of what you're doing? Oh, bub. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got a little ahead of yourself there, didn't you? Thanks for watching the boring stuff. Let's get this thing off the engine stand. So we got this thing off the engine stand. One thing I forgot was the O-ring on the flywheel. I saw it in the packaging, and now we got to do that. Get this stuff unbolted. Maybe we'll see if we can't get this thing in the rail and fire it off this evening. Be on the camera. Oh, we hit clutch. Holy smoke. Had to find this boy. I don't know why I'll always present y'all with my butt. Hey, Mom. Can you come? Can you come hit me?
Yeah. I didn't want the battery on the.
Can you? You gotta hold that and we'll just loosen it. All right. Can you just push up against this? Thanks, Mom. I'm going to do the boring stuff. We'll meet you back here in a minute. See if we can get this thing to knock off. Nope. Hold too far. One, 4, 3, 2. I never have these things knock off first try. Alright, kill it. Well, I went and adjusted all my valves. Put a valve cover on this side. And you know exactly what I did. You know what I did. Let's see if we can get this thing to actually knock off. It was 180 out when I installed the distributor drive gear. How much you want to bet it just knocks right off? Runs like a champ. She runs! Dude, we got this thing running. Tune in next time. We'll go rip it around and see what it actually does with this bone stock 1600. Maybe we didn't lose anything. I don't know. Tune in next time. See you later. Cal hates cars. I'm out.